Hey y'all, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Chat with Curry and Adrian. I'm Curry Terrell. With me, as always, the incredible Adrian McMillan.
I'm having some troubles.
Do you ever think about when we saw Ray LaMontagne and he didn't sing "You Are the Best Thing"?
That was sad.
What was he doing?
I don't know. Maybe it's not in his rotation anymore.
That's his hit.
Yeah, but think Kelly doesn't sing from first season of American Idol.
A moment like this.
Yeah.
Which, that annoys me. But the Meaning of Life tour, she did sing it.
How long ago was that?
I was skinny at the time.
Is that how we put markers in the year?
Literally, that's how I bookmarked my whole life. It was like, what size was I? What's up?
Happy birthday.
Today is the day of my birth.
What did I say one time?
Happy birthday.
Patrick, do you remember? I was like, I don't remember.
Like, there's no context. I don't know what to say.
It was something related to your Twitter. Was it birthday? I don't remember.
Birthday? I don't know.
Yeah, but first you were 1, then you were 2, then you were 3, then you were 4. Now you are 35.
5. Yep. Melania. It is my birthday.
Yeah, wow.
Happy birthday to me.
What are you doing?
We saw a film. We're doing the podcast. We're going to hang. We're going to go see our nephew, Ernie. And then we're going to Chili's.
You can't beat that.
Literally the best day.
Yeah.
The weather's been nice. Everybody's been sending me nice messages.
And by the end of the night, we'll play the best game in the world. Who was somebody that you did not hear from?
Mm-hmm.
And then like the person that was like out of left field.
I was thinking about that a little bit during the
Already.
previews today.
Oh, wow. It's a great game to play.
Uh-huh. Also, full transparency, my Instagram was hacked this week. My bank account was hacked this week. So this day is already better than those.
You've had a wild year.
I'm telling you, 35, if it is worse than 34, I will not see 36. That's what I tell you right now.
What does that mean?
I will
Evaporate.
literally vanish into dust. I cannot do it again. You know Job in the Bible. That's what I started to feel like.
I don't.
Somehow. Yeah. Don't worry. Our song of the week is religious.
It is.
So. I'm going to get y'all some church.
Our
here.
dual song of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What'd you do this week?
We went to the movies a lot, I feel like.
Yes, we did go. Oh, I saw 3 movies in one day.
That's impressive. That's like me in Toronto.
Yes, I know. And it was nice. Actually, I didn't feel any stress.
That's good.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. My butt. By the end, I was like, I could be outside.
Yeah.
We saw Eternal Sunshine at the Academy Museum,
So fun.
which was really nice. A lot of people.
Oh, it was almost sold out. I was texting my friend Laura, and she had told me, she was like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I said, I've only ever seen that amount of people at the Academy Museum like 4 times.
Yeah.
Ever. And it was like for Interstellar. You know what I mean? Like these like blockbuster, multi-million dollar movies. I guess Eternal Sunshine is more like cult classic, internet, like you were saying, internet famous too.
Mm-hmm.
And also just kind of, yeah, like in the culture. But a lot of people love it.
We also, this week, your magazine that you assisted on the cover shoot came out.
That's right. For
Movie Maker
Honora.
Mag.
Yeah. Honora. That was fun. I did it with my friend Chris Bartolucci.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the pod. And she is a photographer, and that was her first cover. So that was also really cool to be a part of.
Yes.
And it was with Mikey Madison and Sean Baker, which is wild. It was really wild to think about.
It is iconic. I'm thrilled for you.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very, 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 very cool. What a great learning experience. I hope I get to do more.
It's for sale at Barnes & Noble or any bookseller.
Especially in L.A. and New York.
I feel like Movie Maker Magazine is available at Barnes & Noble, like in Durham.
That's amazing. Okay, I hope so. I hope everybody goes buys it.
Yeah, I think so. I would think so. Somebody in Durham, check and let us know.
Yeah, go buy it. My name is not listed, but I was there.
You were there. Chris Bartolucci will vouch for you. You have the Instagram pictures to prove it.
Exactly. They did spell her name wrong as well, which is okay. Stuff happens.
That's life.
That's life. My mom just got her passport back. They said she's a male. Again.
It's like every time I vote, they say I'm registered for a different
Exactly.
party.
You could say Republican. Stuff happens.
I have re-registered to vote like 6 times. That's why I keep getting jury duty, I think.
Yeah,
Because they
that's
say
right.
when you register to vote, it bumps you up to the top of the pile. That could be not true.
Yeah. Well, I got my new license, and when it said registered to vote, I said no because I'm already registered.
It's enough.
Exactly.
Avoter.com is what's Jennifer Lopez hawking in the commercial.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
Love
I
it.
am a voter. Or something
I am
like
a
that.
voter, exactly. I am a voter. There was something else I was going to ask you. Oh, wait. It's one thing I did want to say about Honora from last week. You said, and it literally implanted into my brain about how people were saying it was like Pretty Woman. It is like Pretty Woman.
In theory.
In a different kind of way, yes. But it is the same. I see where they were going with that. Not as well made or as like iconic of a film, I don't think. But yeah. I was like, oh, this is really that actually is.
Yeah, but I think it's rags to riches. No?
Rags to riches, exactly. Fish out of water.
Yes.
So absurd that it's fun, a comedy.
Yeah.
And a star-making performance.
Yeah, I guess so. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. In theaters everywhere, November. We saw it really early.
I know. We are so lucky so many times.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, should we get into it?
Yep.
Our first movie that we're going to talk about this week, The Wild Robot, which we saw separately, which is not good. Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, Catherine O'Hara. It is an animated film, not a cartoon. To be clear, we got into a big discussion about cartoons.
Fight. It was fight.
No. A big discussion about cartoons versus animated. This is an animated film. Cartoon is like the Rugrats.
Correct.
Okay. It is an animated film about a robot that is on a plane and crashes to Earth and then has to figure out their place in life in the wilderness.
Yeah, a new environment.
And ends up raising like a goose.
What a sweet story.
It was a beautiful movie.
You know, it's based on a book. There's 3 books, and they're already working on the sequel.
The Wild Robot 2. Mm-hmm. What could it be about?
Patrick, do you know the titles of them again? No, Patrick's still mad about us calling it a cartoon. AKA you called it a cartoon.
I just said animated. I said I was wrong. Oh my god! It's my birthday. Be nice to me.
Yeah, there's 2 other books, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think for a second I thought they were like flip books, but I think they're like 2. The Wild Robot Protects, The Wild Robot Escapes. And I think they're like 100-page books, if I'm not mistaken.
Will they be on my favorite TikToker, Meet Me in the Media Center, who does a middle school library?
I don't know.
I'm obsessed with her.
Oh, she's the one that does like the binding of the when they get damage and stuff.
And she checks them in and says, if it bonks, it's late. If it dings, it's on time.
Yeah.
Obsessed with her. I watch her every night.
This movie was very sweet. People were crying. You said you didn't cry, though.
I didn't cry. I didn't. The part where the goose flies. Mm-hmm. Oh, he said they're books.
Yeah.
That gave me chills head to toe.
Me
I don't know
too.
if it made me want to cry.
It made me tear up.
Yeah.
It made me tear up. But also because it's so visually beautiful. The music is amazing. The voice acting is amazing. It's like there's a lot of elements to it that help build up that emotion.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean? That obviously because we're watching an animated movie that's meant for children, but there are very adult themes in it.
Yep.
And they just knocked it out of the park.
I totally agree. I knew it was going to be good. Obviously, the cast, Lupita isn't doing a bad movie.
No.
Other than that one with Jessica Chastain that we'll forget about. But most of the time, she's a quality guarantee.
Yeah.
And it got amazing reviews for months and months and months. Even the first trailer had all these like amazing reviews.
Yes.
So like, I know.
Most surprising to me was Kit Connor.
I did not think that he sounded like himself.
Me either.
And Pedro Pascal, I was like, wow, you really can do voices.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him in Last of Us, him, you know what I mean, on, what's the Star Wars one? Mm-hmm. Him on this. Like, he really...
Has range.
Yeah, he has range.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Also, Catherine O'Hara, good for her. What a month she's having in life.
A total resurgence of her, obviously in the last, 7 years or whatever it is. It's wild. I am convinced the woman that cuts my hair on the east side of Los Angeles to watch it with her kids, and she went.
Perfect movie for your family.
Of course.
Like definitely a good holiday time movie too. I was like, I'm surprised this came out as early as it did. It would have been a great Thanksgiving release.
Yeah. Did you hear Joker apparently is only making like $8 million this weekend? It dropped like 80%. That's sad.
Yeah, it really is sad. It is.
Money is weird.
Money, it doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense. But Wild Robot was number one, made like $40 million.
Very impressive.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is.
But I loved it.
Me too. I highly, highly recommend.
Yeah, I highly recommend it as well.
Great Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Takes place in the fall and the winter.
Cat. Also loved Wild Robot.
Yeah.
And who made that movie?
I think DreamWorks.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Let me say one thing. You know how DreamWorks has that new thing before the movie where it has like Shrek and all those things?
Like Marvel.
Yeah. I hate to tell them, but 90% of the things, no, 70% of the things in that trailer are not movies that people care about. I don't hear anybody on earth talking about the Croods. That doesn't need to be featured in your studios. Like Illumination showing the Minions or whatever, or them showing How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek. I can't remember what the other ones were, but I was like, okay, but the Croods? Like, what?
With
was
Emma
that
Stone?
even successful?
I don't know.
Patrick says yes. Was there a Croods 2?
Yeah, there was.
Was there a Croods 3? Oh, and a TV show. What do I know? Everybody loves the Croods. Okay, my bad. I rescind. Next, we're going to talk about A Different Man, starring Sebastian Stan, Renata Rienzve. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah, great.
And Adam Pearson. It is about a man with a facial deformity. Is that the right term to use?
Sure.
Disfigurement.
Yeah.
And he...
Difference,
exactly, a different man. Like a very extreme facial. I've really botched it. Can we crop this out?
Just look at the poster. You'll
Just
say what we're
look at the
talking about.
poster. Yes, exactly. It is about a man who is an actor who gets offered this surgery that he can have his face look like everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, normal in air quotes. Mm-hmm. And he ends up looking like Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
And he is dating or like having this weird relationship with his neighbor, romantic, but they're not actually romantic. You're not I was looking for you for some
I was
sort
looking
of
at my candle.
Okay.
She's a writer.
She's a writer.
And so they live basically catty corner to each other in their building.
Yes.
And he discovers that she's writing a play.
Yes.
About the man that lives next door to her.
Right.
Which was him
Yes.
pre-surgery.
Correct.
There you go.
Thank you. The B story is there is another man who also has the same facial features that he does or did previously.
Yes.
And he starts to basically become obsessed with how easily that man goes through life.
Right.
That's it. Exactly.
There's a play that's being written by the writer, and she casts Sebastian Stan's character in it. But a homeboy who comes along who has the same facial difference that he used to have ends up getting cast in the play. So it really it snowballs into this like conflict between Sebastian Stan, this new guy, and Homegirl the writer.
Yes.
Was that good?
Yeah, I think you should start doing the summaries of the movie.
No, that's why I love it.
Huh? Patrick wants to correct that it's not a surgery. I needed your help when I was trying to figure out the right word, not this part. He does a clinical drug trial, not a surgery.
Great. What did you think?
Okay, I'll be honest, as opposed to lying. 90% of the movie, I was on board.
Yeah.
Even when it wasn't like, I wasn't thinking like this is a 5-star film ever. But I was like, oh, this is good. Mm-hmm. I thought all the acting was phenomenal. The three leads were phenomenal. It's an interesting story. It's not a movie that we've seen before. Obviously, there have been movies like The Mask or like Mask with Cher or...
they filmed that at my high school.
They did? Mm-hmm. What movie was there while you were there? Crazy Stupid Love.
And Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
they've made, but this is totally different. It's quirky. It's like a lot of humor to it. It's a little gory.
Yeah.
It's
very dry humor.
Yeah.
Very dark, dry humor. It felt like an SNL sketch to me.
Yeah, there were definitely moments where I was like, "Oh, I can't tell if this is like."
Yeah.
I can't tell what the
like the tone
is exactly.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing in my mind because like it definitely has lots of angles to it. There
Correct.
are funny elements to it. There are very sad, depressing elements to it.
Yeah.
But just like you said, it kind of lost me at the end. Sad to say. It jumped the shark.
The last 20 minutes, they make some really extreme plot choices that are like, they were like, we're making a Wes Anderson movie all of a sudden. And I was like, well, this isn't matching any of the rest of the movie. Like, it went really, like, highly absurd.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas before, there were absurd elements, but they all existed in some form of reality.
Totally.
Yeah.
It shot too far to the moon.
Yeah, so like at the end of it, I felt like I'm still glad I watched this. This is still a good movie. It's still made well acted, but I do think that the end, I was like, oh.
Yeah, honestly, there were a few parts for me that made it felt like it jumped the shark where I was like, it really lost me. But again, by the end of it, if you're looking back on this movie, you're like, I watched an original movie.
Yep.
It has a great act. You know, all the elements are there. It just didn't quite fit together the way I wanted it to.
Correct. I will say I saw this and The Apprentice in 1 week. Sebastian Stan, honestly, one of the best 1-2 punches of movies
Ever.
I don't know if award season, The Apprentice didn't get like a major studio release, and I don't think will be in theaters very long. But neither did The Wife.
Yeah.
So if they promote it well, maybe. But he's really amazing in both of them.
Unreal. He needs to be well. It's wild. What is really wild, and I saw somebody talking about this online. Look at the trajectories of Chris Evans and him.
Yeah,
like Chris Evans did maybe like a year or two of like different, fun, cool movies.
Yeah.
Snowpiercer, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
yeah.
Sebastian Stan is like very much taking risks, which I think is interesting. Chris Evans not so much.
Is he still Bucky?
Yes.
Like in what?
Thunderbolts.
Oh, Thunderbolts. Isn't Florence Pugh in that?
Yeah. You know who Sebastian Stan is related to?
No.
Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's his like aunt or something. Great aunt, godmother, something like that.
Everybody, if you zoom out of every famous person, somebody was rich or other than Frankie. I love Frank. I'm sorry. Good for you. I know you listen to this. Good for you, Frankie. It's like
That's amazing.
Everybody else, they had somebody, something. It's like Oprah.
We're rich in spirit.
I always think about, amen. Sometimes. Oprah, I always think about, she literally came from, I don't mean to say nothing, but she came from nothing.
Yeah.
And she is Oprah. So no matter what you think about her, you got to give her some credit.
Yeah, that's great.
Not that Sebastian Stan, obviously, that didn't lead him to being a movie star, but it is. There's some money somewhere. That's all I gotta say. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But who cares? He's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Can you imagine? I would pay $1 million to be able to do something and wake up looking like Sebastian Stan. I would.
You would take that pill.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Substance.
What's the word? Oh, the Substance. I don't know. Once I saw the back opening and like a creature
Well, I mean, in this
crawling
movie,
out. His face fell off. Basically.
Yeah. I guess it's a spoiler.
Not really. It's in a commercial.
Is it?
Yeah, he is like that, and then he looks like Sebastian Stan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess that part was bad, but whatever. Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Exactly.
But I definitely think worth a watch.
Yeah, but not for everybody.
Not for everybody. If you don't like, I think it could be for everybody. Why not?
I don't think so. I think people would tune out.
Yeah, if you like quirky,
dry, dark comedies.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite movie. Last movie we're going to speak about this week, We Live in Time, fresh out of the theater. Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh.
We're not talking about The Apprentice?
We talked about it last week.
But you saw it.
Let's quickly, before we get into that, talk about The Apprentice.
Great.
Starring Sebastian Stan. His name just went out of my head.
Jeremy
Strong and
Maria Baklova.
Thank you. Which it is about Donald Trump and
Roy Cohn.
I need you. This is why I write stuff down, because my brain just goes to mush when I do this. And I saw it yesterday. It was a full theater.
And you loved it.
Absolutely loved it. I don't know. I told you I was like, I don't know if I just went in wanting to love it, but absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was some of the best acting you will ever see.
Right? It's
Fabulous
shockingly
performances.
amazing.
I think what I was mostly impressed by is the fact that Donald Trump, take all the political stuff out of it. Donald Trump is such a recognizable figure. If you watch the news, if you don't, if you have watched all the clips, if you don't, you know all the mannerisms and things like his catchphrases and all that kind of
Totally.
stuff. It's everywhere. It is inescapable. And there was, out of a 2-hour movie, maybe 5 minutes where I thought, okay, they pushed too far. Sebastian Stan was incredible in that movie.
Unreal.
He gave the perfect performance without it being a caricature of Donald Trump.
Exactly.
But it's a lot to watch.
Sad.
Very sick. Honestly, if it is sick. I mean, all of it's sick.
It is, of course.
But it's just as much about him and like the world now, but it's also just about like corporate greed and like
Yes, of course.
shady dealings and
the setup to his current existence.
But the chemistry between him and Jeremy Strong the whole movie, I was like, I mean, what more could you ever ask for in a movie?
I know.
They
Pretty
were phenomenal.
amazing. I'm so glad you liked it.
I really did. I thought I was going to like it, but because you all had given it such high praise, but it was better than I expected.
Ditto.
And if there is justice, they will both be nominated.
I can only cross my fingers.
Just like if there is justice, the mom from Dee Dee will be nominated.
Yeah.
She won't be.
No.
She won't be.
We
But
could start the campaign.
I'd like to.
Like David Lynch and Laura Dern, where he sat out on Hollywood Boulevard.
Should we start it? Make signs like when I did the Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I just remember that, luckily, because I had to re-upload all my Instagram pictures one by one. And I did archive the photo that you do not like of
Thank you,
Chris's Heller.
God.
And
I need it
Patrick.
to be... I need you to erase it, honestly.
No, I love it. It's a good picture.
Okay, whatever you say.
Can't I love it? But I'm like, where does it exist now? Like, all I think when I'm archiving stuff is what happens when this app closes.
Right.
I think all the time about Facebook. What happens when Facebook closes? Like MySpace.
Exactly. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting articles about that, actually. Like an archive of our digital footprint. Like, where does it go?
Yeah, it's like I play my Ancestry.com all the time. Yeah. I scroll through, look back at people, add little clues and stuff all the time. I think, what happens when this app, or what happens when my dad stops paying for it?
Exactly.
It all goes away.
It does, yeah.
It's sick. It's sick. Okay, We Live in Time, Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, we saw it today, is a A24 movie about a man and a woman and their marriage and her dealing with having ovarian cancer. So it goes through all the stages of their relationship, them meeting, them having a child, and her dealing with her illness.
Amen. That was great.
What did you think?
I mean, here's the thing. We knew from the trailer it was going to be sad.
Yeah.
I would add that it's borderline devastating.
Yeah.
In a very, I don't even know if this is possible, sweet, heartbreaking,
Yep.
but like also life-affirming way.
Yeah.
Because her character is so determined on like not, obviously, wasting time, right?
Yeah.
They have a little girl. She has all these passions and desires, and she knows exactly what she wants, which is amazing. And it fits perfectly into the tone of the movie. I'm giving it 5 stars as we speak on Letterboxd.
5-star film for sure. First of all, we love movie stars.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew is a movie star. Florence is a movie star. Them existing, them standing, staring at each other with their mouths slightly open. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Curry, you
they
clocked
are
it.
Stars.
You clocked it. Like, I noticed Andrew Garfield really doing it a lot.
For sure.
I was like, oh, you're really invested in this.
For sure. But them, like, there were so many moments. I had chills head to toe just watching them exist.
Of course.
They're beautiful.
And what I love so much about this movie in particular, and other movies like this that do it so well, is it feels so lived in. The house that they're in feels like they live there. The little cottage, the apartment, everything about it. I was like, I believe this.
Also, selfishly, every actor who is all these young people, Timothy, Zendaya, who are other young people like that?
Austin Butler,
Jacob Elordi, like all these young people that have these like big budget, but also like kind of art house careers.
Dakota Fanning.
Exactly. I want all of them to make one movie like this.
I know.
One movie where like they are 90s style movie stars.
Totally.
Where it's just them. I love seeing Florence be a normal person on Earth.
Totally.
She didn't have... I mean, yes, yeah, like she didn't look insane. She didn't have some crazy costume. She wasn't Lady Macbeth. Like she was just... Her.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
A version of her, a girl that she could be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the real world. It gave me chills head to toe.
I told you was one very brief moment towards the end where it veered very much into like melodrama.
Yeah.
But it whipped me right back with it literally took 5 seconds for him to do this one section of that scene.
Yep.
That really broke my heart. And like showed the true weight of like what was happening.
Exactly.
And what it meant to him. Unreal. I could cry thinking about it.
I know.
Did you cry?
I had tears in my eyes for sure. When you said, I don't remember what you said.
I said, this is the best movie of all time.
Literally, I was choked up at the moment. I was like, I can't. It gave me chills. I'm sorry. That shot of them, I mean, come on. It is just...
It's really, really, really good.
Yes, it really is. I just kept thinking my mom would love this.
You think?
That's all I think every time I see any movie where people cry. Darlene would love it, and she'll never watch it.
No, my mom won't watch it either.
No,
it's too. She doesn't like sad movies.
No, it's very sad. It is sad.
Yeah, but again, there is an element of like grabbing life by the horns in a situation that you're in, and just obviously in her situation it was not good. But she was like, "I'm gonna do what I need to do in the timeline that I have," and she did it.
Yep,
it was amazing, and how they also like addressed everything towards the end. Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
But it is also like it's about life. Like a big chunk of it is also about birth and coming. You know what I mean? So it's like the full scale of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just like a death movie.
Exactly.
Because I know that obviously, that's what the commercials sort of made it feel like. I loved it. 10 stars.
Absolutely.
The other movie I also saw was My Old Booty.
Oh. And you love that.
Which I also loved. I recommended it to Alex today on the phone.
Great.
Loved. Absolutely loved. Okay, now it's time for our question of the week. If you have a question for us, you can call us and leave us a voicemail. Send us a text at 919-675-2428, which is 919-675-CHAT. You can also send us an email, let's chat with Curry and Adrian at gmail.com, or on any of our social medias. Our question of the week comes from our dear friend Mikey. He asked, why did the Joker fail?
What a great question. What are your thoughts? Because I have a lot.
Why did the Joker fail?
We kind of touched on it when we talked about it, but I think now that we're a week out, obviously I just said allegedly it's dropping like 70% in box office numbers, which is very bad. Apparently it's like one of the worst ever.
Yeah, I think a lot of things. I think that the internet film bros are part of what made the first one so successful, and they really turned their back on it. So that was an immediate sort of punch in the gut.
Yeah.
I think that the idea of it being a musical freaked some people out.
Most people.
It freaked a lot of people out, which is why musicals are really not a guarantai of money. No. That's why I'm nervous for Wicked. Yeah. I know I say it every time, but I am nervous. We got our tickets, but I'm nervous.
Yeah. I will interject there, though. I think the risk, or not the risk factor, but the challenge here is that it was a comic book movie.
Yes.
With musical elements. That's what the challenge was. I think people like musicals. They like Mamma Mia. They like Hairspray. There's musicals that people like. It was the fact that Joker had such a unique identity.
Yes.
And this is polar opposite to it.
Correct.
Yeah.
I also think that the promotion was kind of it was like really heavy, but also kind of weird. Lady Gaga and they didn't really promote it as much as I thought they sort of would.
Yeah.
If you think back to A Star Is Born and House of Gucci, she was really everywhere, and this she sort of was like, I'm in between album cycles, so I'm gonna do what I have to do and then sit back.
Right.
I don't think that helped.
Yeah, it's and obviously now that we're again a week out, there are more and more people saying like or interpreting the movie as like a FU to the film bro kind of incel nature that attached itself to the first movie.
Yeah.
Which I was like, maybe, but that seems like a very easy answer.
Yeah.
I think they thought that this would be an interesting idea. I loved it. I thought it was a fun, cool idea.
Yep.
But it doesn't speak to that ground level fan base that made the first movie a $1 billion movie. That was nominated for 500 Oscars. This will not be nominated for that many Oscars, I don't think.
No.
Sad.
I loved it though.
Me too.
Honestly, zooming out like a week later, I really still loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was, I don't know if I need to see it again right now, but I did really.
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent. And also, you have to think about it this way. Think about like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse where they show all the different Spider-Mans. That's how you have to look. I have to think about it too. It's like there's so many different versions of Batman and the villains.
Yeah.
This is a different take.
Exactly.
These two movies are one version of Batman.
Exactly.
Just like there's a Spider Pig.
Yeah.
There's a Joker where
he sings.
He sings with Harley Quinn.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love and the way they ended it after I got out of there and like took a deep breath and like thought about it, I was like, oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I loved it. I loved it.
Me too.
Also, I'm never rooting against Lady Gaga.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I know. No, I agree.
Thank you so much for your question. If you have a question, you can, like I said, call us and it's a voicemail 919-675-2428. Email, social media. We're there. We're ready to talk.
We would love more voicemails.
We would love more voicemails. What the heck?
I'm getting a lot of voter voicemails, which we can include.
Yeah. I'm Jennifer Lopez.
Maybe I should start picking up and asking them questions. What did you think of Joker?
What'd you think of Joker?
Because in iOS 18 you can record phone calls.
You can?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to
scary.
do it. Yeah. Maybe it's an update that's coming out, but I think that's a new version.
I'm going to start recording my dad so y'all can hear what he says to me.
I can't wait.
Absolutely unhinged. Okay, now it is time for our Song of the Week.
You could say it.
We have a joint Song of the Week. We're going to leave y'all with some prayer.
Because we need it.
The song is called Amen by Madison Ryan Ward.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. In this place, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Won't you please come? Please come. Won't you please come? Yeah. And we say,
We've long been fans of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we've learned it has sold out a show in Los Angeles.
At the
that
El Rey,
we can't go
completely
to.
sold out.
And in Sacramento, wherever it was.
But in
Bakersfield,
you can't get tickets for $40. Should we go?
I don't
How
think.
far is Bakersfield?
Bakersfield's like on the way to Vegas. 3 hours, maybe?
Would you ever go see Leanne Rimes with me?
Probably not.
What if it's $10? What if I paid for your ticket?
Yeah, maybe.
Don't you just want to see her live?
Yeah, like a community college.
Okay, I didn't say drag her. It's my birthday.
I would go.
Okay,
I would go.
fine.
Yeah. This is a different song for us, though, for this week. I hope people like it. They
It's
probably
so.
won't.
Have you ever heard the version of the Lord's Prayer from the 70s where it's like in a nun sang it, but it's like set to a fun beat, and it was like a top 10 song?
No way.
Yeah, I heard it when I was home with my dad on Casey Kasem.
Oh.
And the church like hated that nun. She had a hard time after that.
Wow. That's
yeah,
sad.
it is sad. What are you looking forward to this coming week?
We're going to Vegas.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. We won't have a podcast episode next week.
we will not.
Unless we do it before, which I don't think we can.
No. Oh, I feel the cap between my arm.
Yeah, we'll be in Vegas next weekend, me and Patrick.
And I'm seeing Joni. With
And
your
you're seeing
mom.
Joni Mitchell with my mother.
And Brady Carlisle.
Yes. And I'm sure probably millions of other guests.
I really cannot wait.
And those tickets are real.
Yes, they're on Ticketmaster. I have the ticket in my app.
Okay.
On the Ticketmaster app.
Okay.
Yes, I learned from Harry Styles. You know that was Alana that did that, not me. So let's give me some credit.
I know. Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I really cannot wait.
And I'm sure we'll have lots of stuff to talk about when we come back.
Yes, I can't wait. Okay, everybody, y'all have the best week ever.
Everybody wish Curry a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Let's Chat with Curry and Adrian. If you enjoyed the show, and we know you did, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Keep the conversation going by following me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Curry Terrell, and Adrian on Instagram at Adrian McMill, and Twitter at Yo Adrian McMill. Discover our weekly song picks by adding our playlist on Spotify or Apple Music, all linked in this week's episode description. Got questions or feedback? Email us at letschatwithcurry@gmail.com. See you next time. Bye, y'all.